Retailers came claws out ahead of the back-to-school season with dueling celebrity denim ads as they battle for the few dollars that choosy consumers are willing to dole out. American Eagle's Sydney Sweeney ad used controversy to boost sales in its latest quarter, while Levi's, they leaned into its synergy with Beyoncé. Meanwhile, Gap tapped into the younger audience with K-pop group Katseye. Gap Inc. CEO Richard Dickson had this to say about the collaboration on Yahoo Finance last week.
This campaign, which launched last week starring Katseye, it has driven record-breaking response for the brand. Early reads, I would tell you, Better in Denim is striking a range of being one of the most iconic brand campaigns out there. People aren't just watching, they're actively joining in suggesting this is not a cultural conversation, it is a cultural takeover. This has all the elements of Gap global phenomenon. And this is where, and we've talked about it, fashion meets entertainment. Fashiontainment.
Fashiontainment. Joining me now is Stacey Widlitz, president of SW Retail Advisors. I'm really happy to have you here. Just talk to me about the trends. I walk the streets of New York and I've noticed some Western wear kind of gaining steam here. And you know, it is kind of the Wild West sometimes on these streets, but what are the trends in place and how does it relate to denim?
Well, you said it. It's all about Western wear, and we've seen that show up. We've seen it in full price selling at Levi's. We've seen it from the Buckle. We've seen it from the Gap. We've seen it in a broad array here. And if anybody thought denim was dead because stretchy pants made us all too lazy and comfortable, they're wrong. It's full force. It's back. It's been that way for about a year now, and you're seeing it on the street, whether it's cool boots or cool denim. And of course, as the collaborations that we've seen in the market have really, really resonated with the consumer and brought that trend to them in a very usable way.
Yeah, the collaborations being discussed and talked about as a takeover, a fashion takeover. I found that interesting, but who are some of the winners here that you can figure or identify for us?
So I think number one, what you've seen going on with the Gap went from, on sale all the time, 50% off all the time, to more full price now. Now you're seeing up to 50% off, not 50% off everything. And that's a direct result of their denim campaigns and their denim upgrade, their better fashion. So they're starting to sell product at full price. And the customer is not only looking for discount stuff from them. So that's been a big change. The other one is Levi's. Levi's, again, their average selling prices are up, they're discounting less, and the consumer is buying it. You saw that Beyoncé campaign, that's been incredibly effective. And of course, last night we heard from AEO, American Eagle, that talked about the Sydney Sweeney campaign, which has been really effective. Sellouts, controversy or no controversy, it's been a home run.
Well, and you just talked about stretchy pants kind of being out of favor, and first stock or a company that comes to mind is Lululemon, but also Gap has exposure to this kind of industry because of Athleta. So talk to me about some of the people who might be losing out on this trend.
Sure. So I think, Athleta has been floundering for years. They just haven't been able to get it right. The cool factor hasn't been there. Meanwhile, you've seen Biore and Alo and Lulu, rocket, and Athleta's just never really gotten its mojo back from years and years ago. So I wouldn't read into that so much as the market, but you're certainly seeing with Lululemon reporting tonight, there's a slowdown in the US, and that's a direct result of competition. And there's cooler brands, younger brands speaking to the consumer differently. Lulu has also expanded into so many categories that you go in the store, you're just kind of not sure what they're really, really good at. It feels a little overcrowded and a little bit like trying to be everything to everyone. So I think, the newer, cooler brands are absolutely growing and holding in there. But again, if you have this denim trend that's pulling that consumer dollar back away from stretchy pants, it's overly competitive right now.
I want to talk about the holiday season, and let's set denim aside for a second. Just talk about apparel overall. We have tariffs to consider. We have a lot of macro factors. How do you see the holiday season shaping up overall for apparel?
Well, there's no doubt that we're going to have price increases rolling into holiday, as a lot of the brands were able to pull forward inventory even into back to school. They weren't able to do that for holidays. So we're going to see some price increases. And I think you're really going to start to see the brands that are winning despite what the cost is and what the AURs are. And that includes a Ralph Lauren, that includes a Coach. Those brands have been selling full price and raising their average selling prices for well over 2 years and really getting away with it because the consumers are back and the brands are back. I would throw Gap back into that mix as well.
Any other trends you can talk about, putting denim aside again for a second?
Well, I think, there's obviously been a lot of conversation in the footwear and the athletic space with Nike. Will they ever come back? I'm starting to see a little more full price selling at Nike and a little bit of comeback there. So we'll see. I'm also starting to see a little more promotions at Adidas. So the big question is, are those brands going to be coming closer together again versus Nike on the downtrend and Adidas has just been on a straight up trend?
And then I got to ask you, any thoughts on who the next big celebrity might be featured in some of these denim campaigns or maybe any other campaign?
Oh gosh, I mean, if you had a wish list,
I put you on the spot, I know.
Wouldn't you put Taylor Swift right at the top of that? I mean, her fiance has been in some brand campaigns, so let's get her front and center if you have the deep pockets to do so.
I agree there. And just anything else for the viewers, what should investors in the retail space keep in mind as we head into the final months of the year here?
I think you really want to look at companies that are value plays because obviously inflation has impacted us all and it's going to get worse with tariffs and price increases that might be up to 15%. You still want to look at the tried and true TJX, Costco. Of course, Walmart is gaining share from the higher income consumer. That consumer is trading down to more value. So those are the stocks you want to have in your portfolio.